Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm gonna be explaining to you guys why did I pick up a Terminator Cobra over an 07 through 09 GT500 or an S550 Mustang GT50 and up. And if this video looks familiar to you guys, it's because it is. It is actually gonna be a re-upload of my original video. Now you may ask, why do you have to re-upload the video if you already had it? Well, because I had a copyright claim on that video. The original one, I didn't know, and unfortunately, I threw up a clip of a race between a Cobra and a Viper, and that race had music that you're not authorized to use, because if you're not authorized on YouTube, they'll throw a copyright claim. So here it is, the video. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you want to rewatch it, I re-edited, so it actually is gonna be a little bit shorter, a little bit more engaging, and hopefully a little bit more entertaining. All right, so got you guys on the GoPro. All right guys, so we're on the GoPro. It's another week, but today is Saturday, and I thought it will be a great excuse to take this car out and enjoy it, just because of how special this car, you know, it makes you feel, and it's just my weekend car. I said before in my videos, I really love this car. It's so special. Every time I get behind the wheel and you just hear this exhaust, it's just amazing. Today here with my beautiful wife, and she's always next to me. Not always on all the videos, but sometimes she is. So we thought that we're gonna stop by Starbucks and pick up a coffee. So take you guys with us and talk to you about, you know, what were the reasons why I consider buying a different car than the Terminator, why I end up choosing this car over those other two options. Were the GT500 07 to 09, beautiful car, or an S550, you know, 2015 and up. Reasons that I'm gonna give you, they're not gonna be in a specific order. Don't want to put an order to it, but this is gonna be my personal reasons. Just as a disclaimer, I do love 07 to 09. I love all Mustangs, but GT500s are awesome and S550s are awesome. I have nothing against those cars. They're great. But just like in a race and anything, this was the winner for me. And the first reason, it was rareness. And I love history, and this car, it was only produced for 2 years. The Terminator Cobra, 03 and 04. First production Mustang to come with a supercharger from the factory. They were the first production Mustangs come with a 6-speed manual, Tremec 6-speed. Obviously, everybody knows motors are built to handle 1,000+ wheel horsepower, and they're great. Okay, so my reason number 2, like I said, not in order, but I'm just going. She's laughing. Like I said, not in order, but my other reason is because I always wanted a supercharged Mustang from the factory, especially an SVT product or Ford Performance. To me, there's nothing that beats the sound of a root style supercharger that you guys know this car does. The instant torque, it takes off like a rocket ship. And you see that boost gauge? See if I could give you guys a little bit of one. You hear that? That's what I'm talking about. So I've always wanted a Mustang that had that sound, that iconic Terminator sound. Oh my God, it just melts into your head and you're like, wow. And yeah, that's another reason why. Alright guys, so another reason why this car, it's a legend. basically that's what it is. The 03 and 04 Cobra, as many as you guys know, it is the American Supra. It was the first Mustang, production Mustang, to really made an impact from the factory, and to put it against names Corvette, Viper, Ferrari, Lamborghini. The first Mustang, when these Mustangs came out, they had them tested against all those cars, and it was a really strong competitor against all those cars. And let's not even talk about the aftermarket, because as soon as these cars came out with just a pulley, intake, and a tune, you were pretty much unbeatable. You will bid on Vipers, you will bid on Corvette C06, and you're pretty much untouchable at that point. And I think I have a Mustang Bullet next to us. I think so. Yep, that's a nice Mustang Bullet. It's pretty cool. And like I was saying, it was pretty much it. There's a reason why it was called the Terminator Mustang, because it terminated the competition of its time.
They were lucky.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're gonna look. I mean, this is a wife which is commenting and saying they were looking at the Cobra. I mean, and that just falls back into how rare this car it is, especially here. Like last time I saw a Terminator Cobra, no lie, besides my car, was maybe like 6 months ago. That's how rare these cars are, at least on this area. When these cars came out, the bang for your buck that you were getting, the performance. And let's not even talk about swapping the supercharger, because you were swapping the supercharger back in 03 and 04, and these puppies were running 10s, and some people were even running 9s back then. So it was just something unseen on her, and that's why the Terminator Cobra became a legend. Supercharger sound, ease to make power, which is all those elements made this car a legend, and it dominated the racing videos of the early or mid 2000s. You'll see this car is dominating everywhere with not a lot of money into them. Alright guys, so another reason, now that it's getting darker, and I just want to wrap up this video. So another reason why I chose this car over those other two cars, and not so much the GT500, but more towards the S550, just because it's a Mustang GT, that will be depreciation. And those cars, just because they're Mustang GTs and they make so many of them every single year, and production is so high with those cars, the value drops. So let's say, for example, you buy one, I don't know, used 2015, 2016 for $24,000. 5 years from now, that same car is probably gonna be worth what? If you're lucky, 15, 16. Now, these cars, the 03 and 04 Cobra, on the past 10 years, I want to say like 10, maybe the past 5, they're trending up. So these cars, instead of depreciating, they're actually appreciating with time. So from not because these cars, I don't want to say that they're good investments, but either they're gonna hold the value very well, obviously if you take care of them, or they're gonna go up in value. Something really rare with cars nowadays. You know, most cars that depreciate, especially Mustangs depreciate really bad. So I don't know, it's just cool to have a car and, you know, enjoy it the way that it is. And you know, if you, not that I want to sell this car, but if I ever need to sell this car, you know, either the value gonna be the same or it's actually gonna be worth more than what I pay for the car. Now on the GT500 it's different, because those cars do tend to have the value, but because they made so many of them from 07 to 14 and now they pick production back up, even though the 2020 is a different type of version because they got rid of the manual transmission. So just because of that reason, I also chose the Terminator. And my last reason, and this will be just preference, just because this is my all-time favorite car, you know, and this deal came up, which it was a really good deal. I got a really fair deal for this car, you know, with the conditions and everything. You know, this car, the miles that he has, the conditions that he has, this car is basically a brand new car. I mean, there's no scratches, it's low miles, so I just couldn't pass on this car specifically. But I mean, if you need a car like to daily, for example, you need to commute to work back and forth, you know, I would recommend maybe getting a 15 and up, you know, something a little bit newer. You know, sure, yeah, I see that. But if you don't need to commute and you want something different and something that it actually might appreciate just because of the status that it has, you know, and it was only produced for 2 years, and the history behind it, I do recommend this car. It's just a great car, man. I just love these cars, and I've always have, and I always will. Drink all my coffee. And that if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I think I'm gonna have to wrap this one up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you on the next one. What?
I love that feeling.
Oh, this car makes me giggle. Guys, I'm sorry I didn't keep going, but we shouldn't go that fast on the street, and I wanna make sure I get to tune this car. My goodness, this is so much fun. But yeah, these cars make you giggle. It pulls hard, right?
Yeah.
How's it feel?
I like it.
Okay,
It's
but
addictive.
it's addictive, right?
Yeah.
And I try to explain this to people, but I mean, you go in fast cars and you feel the pull, but you just hearing that music from the supercharger,
It's amazing.
it throws you back on the. It doesn't feel like a roller coaster. And that boot style supercharger, and like I was saying, that was one of the reasons why I love this car so much.